Hello, welcome to Tuesday morning. It's Tuesday because it was bank holiday yesterday. I didn't do any wrapping, and now I'm going to. So there's an extra day's sales, but it doesn't really show in what I've got to show you. Unfortunately, I don't think many people bought things during the bank holiday. It's not a big deal. It's the first week of the month. The last week of last month was better, but we're going straight into it. I'm going to stand here and make bigger pictures this week because they were a bit small last week when I reviewed the video. So I'm just going to spin you around a little bit like that so there's not bigger background there. And I'm going to stand a little bit further back and put the pictures there. Well, not too far back because I've got to read it off the laptop. Okay, so first things first, 1GB SD card for £3.69. It was actually listed as a camera, 3DS and Wii Homebrew memory card, because I found that those keywords do make them sell faster, especially ones with a ripped label. And 1GB, it's not really much good for photography in new cameras. Older cameras, you might get away with it, but say for a 3DS or a Wii Homebrew, it's perfectly good size. £3.69. I make about £1.50 on that. It's getting to the point where the really small cards, it's just not worth it unless they're like a really good make and they're well worth it. Like the SanDisk maybe. Right, Bush 3View. This came in a box, cost me £3. Tested it out, photographed the screen. Sold for £21 plus £4 postage, £25. Murano glass paperweight, probably one of the best ones I've got, except for those really big ones I bought a couple of weeks ago. These are from before Christmas. They're still selling through and I'm still getting good money for them. I got £18 for this one and £4 postage, £22. Cowboys and Aliens. I did show you the picture last Monday because it was being posted. £4.45 delivered. Cost me, I think it cost me 50p and I made £1. Getting to the point where to take the photographs, list it, do all that for £1, it's just not worth it. They have to be special now. That was brand new and sealed, by the way, for £4.45. GPO cassette player. This is the one with the rusty terminals because it had leaky batteries. Still got £18.99 plus postage, £22.99. This is the first one I didn't show you. I'm not sure. £4.29 for a Skylanders game, PS3. Probably made £1.50 on that again. But it was on a multi, so it probably took me a maximum of 3 or 4 minutes because what I do is like do 20 at once, drop them into the multi. You only need 2 or 3 pictures. I probably go with 2 now. I might even go down to 1 picture for each listing and just lay them out where you've got the case, the manual and the disc all shown at once. DVD player, Panasonic S500 EKB, quite a standard DVD, but it was new and sealed in its box, or rather new and open box, recently opened. Everything was there in the right positions. I did test it, and it got £22.50, but I paid £12. £22.50 minus the fees on £26.50 because there was £4 postage. The fees on £26.50 is likely to be a £5. The postage covered itself, so that leaves me £21.17, and I paid £12. So yeah, it was an easy sale, but I only made a £5 out of £12 investment. Not really that good. Not considering I often pick something up for 50p that sells for £30, or pick something up for £1 that sells for 25, you know. Then there was a hard drive. This was a 320 gig hard drive, but it Western Digital, a good make, and I got £6 for that plus postage. Sorry, £8 plus postage, and it was one of the first ones that kicked in at £4.20 postage. I got this. This was a parts parts only, not working. Robin insulation tester, £21.23. It cost me, I think, £2 or £3 at a car boot last year, so I'm not certain on the price off the top of my head, and I'm not bothering with books. It's one or the other, £2 or £3. And I got an international sale that went to Ireland, so £25.23 to me, and another £10 or so to them. Bush free sat. I got this at the same time as the Bush free view, not from the same seller, same time. Listed it, sold in a week, £19.50. Now this one only cost me £2, so yeah, not bad at all. See the difference between spending £2 on a Bush free sat, right? And actually it came in a bag with a load of wires, so I'm counting this is £2 and the rest of the wires was £1. So maybe it should have been £1.50, whatever. £18 profit before fees, and it's going to cost me the same as one video game that might make me, or 4 Blu-rays or DVDs that might make me £2 profit in total. The Antler Green canvas bag, another example of a small investment. It was awkward, it was difficult to wrap, but £3.50 into £25 inside a week, not bad. And £8 postage on top, so it was well covered. The I put it into, it was this size. You saw me hold it up. It was really good condition, except for a couple of little bits where it was damaged on the piping. You know, they have that sort of plastic piping around the edges. It does get scuffed and bent, and it cracked a little bit. But for £25, somebody bought it happily, and I folded it in carefully not to damage any more of piping. Wrapped it in a plastic bag, which was what I get my bubble wrap in. A big, thick, well, it wasn't that thick, but thick enough. And it also comes in a box. So I used half the box that the bubble wrap comes in, because it's a bubble wrap. The box is about this high from the floor. Now, you don't know how tall I am, so you're not guessing, but I'm like 5'11", so what's that? 5 foot tall and round. So there was plenty of cardboard. I used half of it, rolled it round it, taped it up, and put it inside not a bin bag, a rubble sack. Taped that on, lots of tape, so probably £1 worth of tape, and labels and rubble sack. But the bag and the cardboard was free, so yeah, not bad at all. A good £20 profit, you know. But after fees, that comes down to what, £16? £16 profit on £3.50. I'll take it all day long. Well, it took a week. Next sale was a camera, £19.95 for a vintage camera. This one came out with this pile of cameras. You've seen me hold this up a few times. I put it into a box so I could auction it. It was in like a little plastic basket before. It came out and it looked like this one. This is a Camedia C150, very similar. Takes an XD card on the end. Didn't have an XD card, but it was the one that looks very much like a Mew. I suppose that is, in a way. It's small, it's Olympus, it's cutesy. That one doesn't work. Otherwise it would have been sold separately. This one did work when I put batteries in it, so I sold it for £19.95 without a memory card. It just took AA batteries and £4 postage on top. She actually gave me the wrong address, so I cancelled it and then waited, relisted it, well, changed the number back to 1, and then she changed her address and rebought it. because I wasn't messing about with fraudulent people. People do hack other people's accounts now, so you don't know if somebody says, I want it changed to a different address. Now, if it's 2 streets away, it could be the boyfriend's house, it could be where they're living now, but if it's the other side of the country like this was, I'm going to say, no, sorry, I'll cancel it. eBay allows you to cancel it because there's a problem with the address. And I said, update your address on eBay, come back and buy it. I'll send it to the address eBay gives me. And that's what she did. Sony TCM cassette recorder. This was a, I think, £2 purchase a fortnight ago. I got £16. It was up for 20 and I just sent offers out until it sold. I don't like counter offers. I see a lot of people in Instagram, on Facebook, complaining about offers and counter offers. What I've started doing is not putting an offer, not letting them send offers. Anybody who watches it or is an interested buyer, they dwell on it too long, they come back to watch it twice. They get offers sent by me all the time. I'm at it 4 times a day. While they're fresh in their mind. While it's still fresh in their mind, it's a little nudge in the right direction. Give them a bit of an elbow. Hey, do you still want this? Are you still looking for one? And then I give them a discount. It's more like 10, 12, 15%. Sometimes as much as 20. I have been known on the ones that have been like 1.5 years or 6 months or 7 months to give like 30, 35% discount straight off the bat. But one thing I do is unclick the counter offers. So they get the one go. They get one a chance. There's no chance of them coming back and saying, well, I like your £16 offer, but can you do it at £14? The answer is, they can't offer me back. You did get the one go. And that's that. Then they have to wait a month if they want it at a cheaper price. So that was sent by me. £4 off on a £20 item. That's a 20% discount. Anyway, I got it. Sold inside a week. Well, I think it was inside a week from listing anyway. So £2 into 16 plus postage on top, £4.20 now. And then I sold another full-size Wii card, 1 GB. This was a Fujifilm one, 3DS Wii, all mentioned in there. Camera, 3DS Wii, and then I put formatted to make sure that people realise that it's not going to have anybody's found footage on it. It's just empty. That was £4.50. Xbox One controller. There you go. I'll get out of the way, show you that. That was £8.99 on an auction. I think if I'd started it as a buy it now, it would have been £12.99, £14.99. And I was hoping for that sort of money. I started at £8.99. I got 2 bids off the same person. What they do is they bid the starting price and then they increase the price in case somebody else bids ahead of them, which is fine. It cost me 2 and I got £8.99. I would have liked more, but I'm starting to use these auctions up now. They've doubled the auction allowance to 100 for the basic shop, which means I can give like 4 a day for every day of the week. I can do 4 a day every day of the week. Maybe I'll get them all finishing on a Sunday one time and see what the results are en masse for a big postage out. Not everything you auction sells. And that brings me to the 2 items that I haven't posted yet for last week that are going out today, which I can show you in person. Pitch Black Chronicles of Riddick Blu-ray. Is it focusing? There you go. Blu-ray, new, sealed, £2. Like I said, it's really just not worth selling them anymore. There's £2.20 postage on top of that. I've put 20 pence on the £2 postage I was charging, because that's what it costs when you take the eBay fees into consideration. £2.20 postage. more than the price of the goods. And then there's the eBay fees off the £4.20. And it's a good job it only cost me 50p, isn't it? So I probably made £1 on that. Not particularly good. And it was taking up a slot in my shop. Out of the 250 listings I'm allowed to have, that was taking a slot up. Yeah. And then this is the other thing I sold. Corsair VS Series ATX power supply, 350 watts. I got £19 for this in the end. I was trying out for like 22, 24. Sent an offer out. Received a purchase. And this went for 19 plus 20 plus £4.20, £23.20. And it's a small parcel. It's under 2 kilos, I believe. Yeah, it just says 2 kilos. I've just started quoting the entire top range just in case if it's like 19 or if it's 1600 grams, it just goes as a 2 kilo. And then there's no problem with the weights because my scales are a bit dodgy at the moment. I've got to buy some more scales. They've been thrown around in the garage and battered about, and you know how the little wires come off each end of the connecting curly cable? Well, that's what's happened with that. It's not exactly tried and trusted 1950s technology. It's, you know, minimum quality that you can get come out of China. So, anyway, that cost me a £5. So, the postage covers itself with the fees. The £19 going to be about £3.80. I'm working on 20% on everything now, on average, overall. That's what it works out over the last 3 months. So yeah, 20% is £3.80. That's £15.20. It cost me a £5. So just over £10 profit on that. So that was the last of it. 18 items, £338.38. Not particularly good. You know, I have been aiming for the 500 to 600, but the last couple of weeks have been pretty dire. 338 is less than last week, I think, and it's probably because it's the end of the month. People have been spending their money on other things, Easter, and obviously people have got less money to spend at the moment. It's you know, it's getting particularly hard with their purchases. I do believe though that people are buying second hand rather than new when they are, you know, financially challenged. Let me just have a slurp of my coffee. I don't really wake up until I've had 3. Yeah, breakfast of kings. Coffee. Yeah, not bad. Right, so we'll do what is going out today. Let's see. Awaiting dispatch. That's the one. So, 2 things I just showed you. Chronicles of Riddick. These are both from last week, so they won't be mentioned next week. So I'll show them again. So that's the second time. Pitch Black, £4.20. Corsair power supply, £23.20. Next comes, this is, I showed you that I'd tested and listed 2 of these Red Octane guitars. This is the second one to sell. First one was $36.95. This one's got stickers all over it. It's not in as nice a condition, but I mean lots of people love those stickers. $32.95 plus postage on top, $38.95. So £6 postage because it's just that bit longer. I'll put that there. We're into what's behind the computer now, so I'll pull it over here. Just a sec. Sky SP200 power supply. This was for one of those little LAN cable adapter things. It wasn't I don't know whether it was working or I decided it was there's just as much money in selling these separately as there is selling the LAN cable adapters as well. So I sent this out separately. There's less to go wrong. That was £8 plus postage, £4.20, so £12.20 turnover. It cost me, I don't know, it came in a bundle. Next, what the laptop's sitting on. 10 CDRs. Now normally these would be cheap, but these are audio CDRs for the audio recorders, not computers. So I got £8 plus postage, £12. Yeah, easy post. Wrap them in cardboard, send them out. Nerf, this took a long time to sell. Nerf Mega. There you go. It's only got 6 bullets. I will take them out and put them in a little separate bag before I wrap it. I mean, it isn't charged, but even so, not charged, you know, you've got to pump it. It isn't pumped up, but even so, it's going to be easier to wrap them separately. That was £11.95 plus postage, but I charged £6 postage because it's long. It might still go Hermes under 2 kilos, I'm not certain of that. It's pretty light actually. Then there was some ink. This one, HP, £19.99 free post, which is fine because it's a standard. It'll cost me £3. So your £19.99 take £4 off for fees, roughly. Leaves £16. £3 leaves £13, and it costs me £1. So £12 pure profit after fees and delivery. And I bought that on Sunday and sold it yesterday. So can't be bad. Another ink, £13.95 free post. Not as much. It didn't cost me as much either. It was 50p a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, after fees and delivery I probably make about 8. Hard drive out of a Skybox, £5. This is yeah, £5 plus postage on top, £4.20, so £9.20. This is about the cheapest I've ever sold a hard drive for, and if it's the way it's going, I'll probably start keeping them. Now you know that I bought 4, or you might not know, it depends if you've watched the previous video. If you haven't, go and watch it later on. Not right now, don't stop it yet. Previous video, I bought 4 Skyboxes, and I think I paid £2 each for 3 of them and £1 for the other one. And the larger one that I paid £1 for will only have a 320GB hard drive in, so I might try and sell that as a there again, it's a much bigger machine. It's like another 3 inches wide, another inch deep, and another ½ inch or so high, plus it's only got a 320GB hard drive, old software on. Yeah, it's probably just worth stripping it for the drive. So yeah, even at £2 each for those, it becomes, is it really worth stripping them for a drive that you're going to sell for £5? It's starting to get to the point where anything with spinning discs isn't really worth messing with. But it cost me £1 to £1.50 and 10 minutes of my time. I put it in one of those metallic sort of, it's not a bag, it's wrapped up in it and then taped over, anti-static, and put it in some bubble wrap. And I found a use for these old VHS boxes. Fits perfectly in one of those. A little pad in both ends to stop it moving about. Lovely. It's still a parcel, but it's nicely protected now. For free. Got hundreds of these. Oh no, not hundreds, probably 30. I did have hundreds of them, and I've disposed of them over the years. But yeah, some of the cases come in handy. And then that brings me to the last one. Now this did sell last week on auction, but they didn't pay. And because they didn't pay, it didn't go into last week's sales. When they do pay, it is created, even though they're paying for the auction, it's like a buy it now on that day. So they paid this morning, Singapore time, because it's going to Singapore for all my cameras from the last year. Well, not all of them. I've got probably half a dozen sitting in the office actually. These, most of them either had donation of cards and batteries, and some of them had cracked screens, some not cracked, you know, the LCD at the back's cracked, the screens may be scratched. You can't really tell until you turn them on if you charged them up. Some of them won't turn on or charge up. And they've all been just basically laid out, photographed, turned over, photographed. And I was surprised to get as much as I got. I got £36. I said yesterday it was 38. It was 36 plus postage on top. So £43.99. Now it's up to eBay GSP whether they repack it or not. But I'll make sure that they won't get damaged on the transfer from here to Lichfield. That, as far as I'm concerned, that's the end of it for me. None of them are guaranteed to be working, so if they arrive in Singapore and they say, oh look, they're all smashed up and they don't work, not my issue. They didn't work to start with. Right, that's the end for the week. What did it come to in the end? No, sorry, that's the end for the dispatch for today. That's a total of £233 for the one day, but it's Saturday, Sunday and Monday sales. And this one was Friday night actually, but they didn't pay until this morning. So, but yeah, out of £338 last week. I know it's not the same week, but £230 worth of sales over the weekend. £233. So I am hopeful for more money this week. £30 of it is from last week. So £200 into next week. And we've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday left. 4 days. I've got a feeling I can do £130 in 4 days. To make better than last week. Well, I can definitely do that. But do I want to be selling everything at 60% of the price that I really want? If I was to say I'll give 40% off on all the prices of what I've listed already, I'm sure I could get really good sales. But I don't want to do that, you know. You need your value. Right, that is it. If you haven't watched the what I picked up on Sunday, I'm going to put it here. Okay, that's what I picked up on Sunday this week. Thanks for watching. Don't forget that one.